The top 3 things that all peri to postmenopausal women should be doing are 1, getting better sleep, 2, reducing your stress, and 3, maintaining and increasing your muscle mass. These 3 are crucial for overall health, fat loss, improving bone density, and improving that functional strength for everyday activities. In today's video, I'm going to focus on building that muscle. So stick around to learn the 12 best exercises you should be doing in your next home or gym workout. But first, if you're new here, I'm Natalie Upp, owner of Fired Up Fitness and the creator of the Midlife Mom Bod Tune-Up, where I've helped hundreds of peri to post-menopause women transform those years with proven methods for natural hormone support and weight loss. If this sounds like you, be sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends. I'm going to share 3 pairs of lower body exercises and 3 pairs of upper body exercises. So on the first exercise I share for each pair, it's going to be using both sides of the body, and it's going to be a stable movement that's really focusing on that functional movement. On the other side, the second exercise, this is going to be using a unilateral exercise or a single side of the body. And this is really going to target beyond the muscles that you're targeting for each exercise. It's really gonna challenge your core and your balance, which is so crucial as we age. Okay, the first exercise is a glute bridge. You're going to just be on the ground, knees are gonna be bent. I prefer to put a band, a looped band, around my thighs. You can also use weights for this, but just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to use the band right now. You're going to put them right around your knees, hands flat on the ground, and you're going to dig into your heels and push your hips up and squeezing your glutes and lower. So squeeze up and lower. Okay, this would be a glute bridge. For the second exercise, it's a little bit more challenging, so go ahead and remove the band. You don't need extra weights typically for this, but it's going to be a single-legged glute bridge. So you're gonna lift one foot into the air, again, digging into your heel, press up in your hips and squeeze those glutes. So you're gonna go up and down, up and down, up and down. And then to do the other side, you would just switch legs. Okay, next up are some squats. The first one is going to be our functional movement, and we're going to do a plie squat. So you're going to do a wide stance, have a pair of dumbbells in your hands. Your toes are going to be pointed out, and again, you're going to dig into those heels and squat down as low as you can. Squeeze your glutes and stand. So down into your squat, squeezing your glutes, press through those heels and stand. The next type of squat we're gonna do is our single-legged one, and this is going to be a Bulgarian split squat. These are one of my favorite exercises to really target those glutes and quads for that matter, but these can be a killer on the glutes. So what you're gonna do is stand in front of a bench. I just got my fireplace here. You can do like a little table or a stair, and you want your foot in front of you, and you can hold dumbbells, or if you've never done this before, go ahead and try it without any weight. And what you're gonna do is go into that squat with one leg, or it's kind of like a lunge, and up, down, and up. And you want to see how I'm keeping my front leg perpendicular, my knee is perpendicular to the ground. And then you would switch sides. So you would just go up and then do the other side. Next up, we're gonna do some deadlift variations. So the first one is gonna be, again, using both sides of the body. I've got my pair of dumbbells. I'll do it from the front, and then I'm gonna do it from the side. And a deadlift is using a hip hinge motion, which means that you are bending at your hips, not at your knees like you were during the squat. So what we're gonna do, I prefer to use a slight bend in my knees. I don't have the greatest flexibility, I know, personal trainer, just don't have it. Something I need to work on. But so I kind of do a bend in my knees, and then you're gonna bend at your hips and follow the dumbbells all the way down to around mid shin. Squeeze your glutes and stand. So let me show you from the side. You're gonna hip hinge down to your mid shin, squeeze your glutes, and you wanna keep your back flat and stand. Down, nice controlled, and stand. So the single-legged deadlift is up next, and you're going to do the exact same movement. You're gonna do the hip hinge, but we're gonna add a little flair to it. We're gonna do a split stance. So with the leg that's back, you're also going to hold a dumbbell. But if you are a brand new beginner to this exercise, go ahead and don't do this with weight. And you're also going to use a modification, which would be holding on to a wall or chair or something, just to get your balance, to get used to the exercise. So we are going to do that hip hinge, and when we do that, we're gonna lift that back leg into the air, and this is what it's gonna look like. And don't forget, as we go down, we're gonna be pressing through that heel. And when I press down, I can really feel that right glute. And I'm keeping that back flat. So you could do this, like I said, with or without weight. You could also, if lifting the leg is too hard for you, you could also keep that back foot on the ground and then reach down and up. Reach down and up. So I'd probably actually start with the non-weight and even toe on the ground to start with. And if you can do that, work your way up to lifting that leg. It will really challenge that core and balance. Okay, moving on to upper body. We're going to do a bent over dumbbell row. So to do this, you have 2 dumbbells. You're going to have a shoulder width apart stance, and you're going to bend over at your waist, again, keeping your back flat and chest out. Keep your head in a neutral position, and you're gonna row those dumbbells back until you feel like you're squeezing a penny in between your shoulder blades. So you don't wanna go too high, just enough to squeeze, and then down. Up and squeeze, down. Okay, next up is our core and balance challenging exercise with the row, and this is a renegade row. We're gonna start in a high plank position, and you can do this on one of 2 ways, whichever is most comfortable. You can put your hands on a dumbbell each and get into that high plank. Make sure your back is flat and your abs are tucked in. You can stand like this, or if that's not comfortable, go ahead and just put the dumbbell in between your hands and put your hands on the ground like this. And the movement that we're gonna do is still a row, but we're gonna bring up one arm at a time with the dumbbell and alternate as we're in the high plank. Now, to modify this, you don't have to stay in the high plank. You can bring it down to your knees, but I'm gonna show you in the high plank position. So you're gonna grab the dumbbell, row up and down, row up and down. Now you wanna make sure when you're doing this that you're not twisting your body, okay? And this is how we're really engaging the back and your core. And that's the renegade row. Okay, moving on to push-ups. I'm gonna show you an incline push-up. If you can't do one on the ground, I actually prefer doing an incline version versus one on your knees, because it just teaches your body the proper body mechanics of doing a full push-up. So I'm gonna show you doing it off the back of my sofa here. So you're gonna get in that high plank position. Back is flat right here. and your arms are right below, your hands are right below your shoulders. So you're going to go deep, and I get my chest all the way to the sofa. I'm gonna actually, it's kind of at a weird angle, adjust here. So you wanna keep your arms close to your body. So down and up, down and up. You really wanna prevent winging. You don't wanna, like when you go down, you don't wanna wing your elbows out to protect your shoulders. So make sure when you're pushing that you're pushing with your arms near your body. Okay, the push-up used both sides of our body, obviously very functional movements. Then we're gonna go into challenging just one side of our body at a time, really working that chest muscles and our triceps and shoulders, and we're gonna do a single-sided chest press on the ground. So you're just gonna lie on the ground with 2 dumbbells, knees bent, arms bent, and you're gonna go one side at a time, pushing that dumbbell towards the ceiling and tightening those muscles in your chest and your arms. So this is the single-sided chest press. Next up is our first exercise, really targeting those shoulders. And this is you're gonna use both sides of your body. We're gonna be in a shoulder width stance with a pair of dumbbells in our hands. You're gonna bend your elbows at shoulder level here, dumbbells at shoulder level. I'm gonna show you with your hands facing out, but if it's more comfortable to bring them in, that's totally fine. This would be a neutral grip. Otherwise, we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna press those dumbbells all the way up, straight arms to the ceiling, and back down to shoulder height, back up, and back down. And that's the overhead press. To make it a little bit more challenging, we're gonna go to that single-sided. I'm gonna put a dumbbell down, and we are going to get into a split stance, which is going to challenge that core and balance once again. Let's scoot back here. So I'm gonna hold the dumbbell in the hand that of the same leg that is back. You're gonna put it up to the side, and my arm, again, it's most comfortable to put my hand on my hip, but if you wanna put your hand out, it's totally fine. And you're gonna do that same press again, but just with one side, and really you're gonna have to tighten those abs to keep your balance. So you're gonna go up and down, up and down. This is from the front. Push up and down, push up and down. So you do all the reps on one side and then do the reps on the other side.
Now let me show you how to put this all together. So you want to make sure that you have at least 2 pairs of dumbbells, a lighter one and a heavier one. You're just starting off, at least on the heavy, see if you can challenge yourself to a 10-pound, but you might need a 5 and 10. If you're more advanced, maybe your lighter is the 10 and you're working up to like the 20s or 25s. I also love a looped band as an added bonus. That's so great for your glute exercises like the glute bridge I showed you, but it's also good for keeping form even during your deadlift to make sure your knees don't cave in. Next, schedule 2 to 4 workout days in your week. You could either do 3 full body days or 2 upper body and 2 lower body days, whatever, or you do a mix of that. With the full body workouts, you could make these into a circuit. You could do, let's say, 3 of the lower body and 3 of the upper body. You could do, the more stable exercises on maybe 1 or 2 days of those 3 workouts. And then maybe one of your workouts is all the single-sided or more the challenging with your, the balance of those exercises. So it's just kind of however you feel most comfortable. In regards to reps and sets, to improve your strength and really gain the lean muscle, you want to aim for 6 to 10 reps per set. and when you're doing this, you want your last 2 reps to be pretty hard. So you're basically working to failure while keeping the good form that on all the tips that I talked about. If you're timing this, this could look like maybe about a 30 to 40 second, timed set. So you want to work on doing 3 to 4 sets of each of these exercises. And in one of your weekly workouts, just to change it up, there's all different ways to challenge your muscles. You could use, some lighter weights with more reps for a different challenge. You get into more of, it's called hypertrophy and also muscular endurance. So just a different challenge to your muscles, but I would really focus on the heavier work most of the days of the week because that's so important for our midlife muscles to grow them. The last point I wanted to make is in regards to rest. You want to make sure you are giving ample rest for each muscle group so they can recover. And this can be done by just resting longer. So give yourself, about a minute. If you're doing straight sets, so just going from, let's do your chest press and you're just going, set 1, set 2, set 3, making sure you're giving about a minute in between. Or if you're doing it in more circuit style, and actually this is kind of what I prefer, is going back and forth between maybe an upper and a lower body exercise. And, your rest don't be like between those could be maybe 15 seconds or so. But in going from the beginning of your upper body then to the next time you get to the next set of the upper body one, it ends up being a longer period of time. You also want to make sure you're giving rest days. So that's really important. Try not to do 2 full body workouts, for instance, 2 days in a row. And as far as how long your session should be, really just 15 to 30 minutes is all you need. I always follow it up with a walk. That's a great time just to cool down and get some movement in, get those steps going. But 15 to 30 minutes, depending on if you're just doing, let's say, the upper body workouts, maybe it is only 15 minutes, but a full body would probably about 25 to 30 minutes is fine. If you have any questions on any of this, just feel free to leave me a comment below and I will help you out.
So again, if you found this video helpful, be sure to like the video and share it with your friends. And if you need more step-by-step guidance, be sure to check out my midlife mom bod tune-up, and that link will be in the description below the video. Well, looks like it's time to go. Hope you're feeling fired up. Bye.